Hi, I'm Weather Analyst Andrew Fleck, just for your Thursday storm outlook. And what has been continuing to batter the coastal eastern seaboard for the past day or two is continuing that same effect today and your Thursday. And in fact, conditions have actually worsened from yesterday, and it's really going to be pretty bad today. And we're going to explain why. So we're first going to go into the water vapor imagery here. And what we're going to go and talk about firstly is all the moisture that seems to be everywhere in place: Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, even up in the higher northern states. Well, I just want to kind of touch on something. We need to remember that we do have still a high pressure dominating, okay, this area from about maybe the midsections of PA and northward. You still have a high pressure dominating in there. So yes, the moisture is getting up there, but the high pressure and just the tightened millibars of drier air just seems to just kind of wipe out the moist air and just compose it back to dry. That high pressure is way too strong in itself, and it's very hard to get rain falling across that area north of the blue line. Now, to say you won't get rain, I would be lying to you, because I think you will see some type of rain, but just not the heavy rain because of the high pressure dominating or drying some layers of the atmosphere, such as the mid-levels, so it's making it hard to rain heavier. But maybe some misting or light showers, that's a possibility north of that blue line. But the most interesting, though, imagery here is looking at the storm itself and the area that it's affecting, and that is in this circled area here. And I think what's really interesting about this system is north of this red line here, it's so moist. South of the red line, it's very dry. When you have such a close gradient from very moist to very dry, I don't even need the radar. I don't need to see anything. I know that, wow, this is a storm. This is a storm to bid with. So if we go into the imagery here, we can then show you how the radar is looking. And the radar looked just about as good as what I talked about on the water vapor imagery. As you can see here in PA, it just can't rain because of the high pressure dominating, but I do think some showers could get in above that yellow line later on as the storm starts to open itself up and let some of those bands in. But the main system down here is the strong, heavy rain, winds, you name it, they're getting it. And it's pretty much the worst day of can be. I talked about it being Tuesday, Wednesday. Today it's really hitting hard. Not as much as the heavy rain, okay, being widespread, as we saw a lot more widespread heavy rain yesterday, but as much as the winds, as much as the coastal areas. We saw the inland areas for the past 2 days. Now the coastal areas are really going to be getting hit. You talk about winds up to 40, 50 miles per hour, I wouldn't doubt it. You talk about heavy rains, 2-3 inches an hour, I wouldn't doubt that either. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that same component mixed in. And until the storm moves out for another 12 hours, you're going to be experiencing this for the whole day. So it's not going to be something that you're going to wish for and want. I think you're going to be tired of it after the 12th hour. So then, as we pretty much move out of here, we're going to look at one more imagery, and that's going to be the wind speed imagery here. And what I'm going to actually do first is go inland, give you those winds, and then go coastal and give you those winds. So I'm going to actually just circle with the yellow pen here where the areas seem to be just kind of less. And take note, these winds are sustained, but what the gusts are is what I'm going to give you. And here they show you 5 to 10, maybe 15 mile per hour wind sustained. Now, the one thing though is, given the gust equation, I'm putting that back into the equation, you're probably seeing gusts close to 20 out there. And I know you're saying to yourself, 20 inland? What's coastal seeing? Well, the coastal regions sustained are seeing 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, and which means that in that area there, coastal areas are seeing gusts of 40 to 50 mile per hour. So very impressive stuff occurring. The worst areas seem to be right in here, and I do think that over this whole day, those areas are going to be getting hit with the worst and get the worst batter. A lot of power outages already. Hunter Alden went and actually gave me a report that up around his area in Delaware, they had actually reports of 5,000 power outages. that's pretty believable to have a 12 to 18 hour time period of heavy winds like that, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. So if you are living inland or coastal for this storm, feel free to send some pictures, video, even a message of how your conditions are going to Weather Analysis WX or analysiswx.com to the contacts page list. You can email any of the following. You could email me, you could email Hunter. Either one would be glad to get your email and to post it on analysiswx.com. So that is it for your Thursday's afternoon storm outlook. One more day, guys, just a few more hours, maybe at the longest 12 hours, and this storm moves out a little bit, starts to ease. But as of right now, stay safe. If you got to move out, take the emergency precautions that you would need. So I am U.S. Weather Analyst Andrew Fleck. Have a nice afternoon.